गद्य खंड का अवरोध एवं प्रश्नोत्तर, संक्षेपण एंड सरकारी अर्धसरकारी पत्र लेखन, तारलेखन, कार्यालय आदेश, अधिसूचना, परिपत्र, शब्द ज्ञान एवं प्रयोग, उपसर्ग एवं प्रत्यय प्रयोग, विलोम शब्द, वाक्यांश के लिए एक शब्द, वर्तनीय वाक्य शुद्धि, लोकोक्ति एवं मुहावरे, ऐसे, लिटरेचर एंड कल्चर, सोशल स्फेयर, पॉलिटिकल स्फेयर, साइंस एंड एनवायरनमेंट, टेक्नोलॉजी, इकोनॉमिक स्फेयर, एग्रीकल्चर, इंडस्ट्री एंड ट्रेड, national and international events, natural calamities, landslides, earthquake, deluge, drought, etc. National development programs and projects. GS Paper 1. History of Indian culture will cover the silent aspects of art forms, literature and architecture from ancient to modern. Modern Indian history from 1757 AD से 1947. Significant events, personalities and issues, etc. The freedom struggle, its various stages and important contributions from different parts of the country. Post-independence, consolidation and reorganization within the country. Till 1965 AD, history of the world will include post-independence, consolidation, the freedom struggle, its various stages and different contributions from different parts of the country. Post-independence, consolidation and reorganization within the country till 1965. History of the world will include events from 18th century to middle of the 20th century, such as French Revolution of 1789, Industrial Revolution, World War, redressal of national boundaries, socialization, Nazism, fascism, etc., and their forms and effect on the society. Certain features of the Indian society and culture. Role of women in society, women's organization, population and associated issues, poverty and developmental issues, urbanization and their problems and their remedies. Meaning of liberalization, privatization and globalization and their effects on economy, polity and social structure. Social empowerment, communalism, regionalism and secularism. Distribution of major natural resources of world water, soil, forest in reference to South and Southeast Asia with special reference to India. Factors responsible for the location of industry with special reference to India. Silent feature of physical geography, earthquake, tsunami, volcanic activity, cyclone, oceanic currents, winds and glaciers. Oceanic resources of India and their potential. Human migration, refugee problem of the world with focus on India. Frontier and boundaries with reference to Indian subcontinent. Population and settlement types and patterns, urbanization, smart cities and smart villages. GS2, Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendments, significant provisions and basic structure, role of Supreme Court in evolution of basic provisions of the Constitution, functions and responsibilities of union and states, issues and challenges of pertaining to the federal structure, devolution of powers and finances up to the local level and challenges therein, role of finance commission in state and central and state financial relations, separation of power, dispute redressal mechanism and institutions, emergence and use of alternative dispute redressal mechanisms, comparison of the Indian constitutional schemes with that of other major democratic countries, parliament and state legislatures, structure, functioning, conduct of business, powers and privileges and concerned issues, structure, organizations, functionings of the executive and the judiciary, ministries and departments of the government, pressure groups and formal and informal associations and their role in the polity, public interest litigation, silent features of the Representation of People's Act, appointment to various constitutional posts, powers and functions and their responsibilities, statutory, regulatory and various quasi-judicial bodies including Niti Aayog, their features and functioning, government policies and interventions for development in various sectors and issues arising out of their design, implementations and information communication technology, important aspects of governance, transparency, accountability, e-governance applications, models, successes, limitations and potential, citizens, charters and institutional measures, role of civil services in democracy in the context of emerging trends, development processes, the role of NGOs, self-help groups, various groups and associations, donors, charities, institutional and other stakeholders, welfare schemes for vulnerable sections of the population by the center and state and the performance of these scheme, mechanism, laws, institutions, bodies constituted for the protection and betterment of these vulnerable sections, issues relating to the development and management of social sector, services relating to health, education, human resources, issues relating to poverty and hunger, their implication on body politic, important aspects of governance, transparency and accountability, e-governance applications, models, successes, limitations and potential, citizen charter and institutional measures, role of civil services in democracy in the context of emerging trends, India and its relationship with neighboring countries, bilateral and regional and global groupings and agreements involving India and or affecting India's interest. Effect of policies and politics of developed and developing countries on India's interest. Indian diaspora. Important international institutions, agencies, their structure, mandate and functioning. Current affairs and events of regional, state and national and international importance. GS3. Economic planning of India, objectives and achievements, role of Niti Aayog, pursuit of sustainable development goals, issues of poverty and employment, social justice and inclusive growth. Component of government budget and financial system, major crops, different types of irrigation and irrigation system, storage, transport and marketing of agricultural products, produce e-technology in the aid of farmers. Issues related to direct and indirect farm subsidies, minimum support prices, public distribution system objectives, functioning limitations, revamping issues of buffer stocks and food security, technology missions in agriculture, food processing and related industries in India, scope and significance, location, upstream and downstream requirements, supply chain management, land reforms in India since independence, effects of liberalization, globalization on the economy, changes in industrial policy and their effects on industrial growth, infrastructure, energy, ports, roads, airports, railways, etc. Science and technology, development and applications in everyday life and national security, India's in science and technology policy, achievements of Indians in science and technology, indigenization of technology, development of new technologies, transfer of technology, dual and critical use of technologies, awareness in the field of information and communication technology and space technology, computers, energy resources, nanotechnology, microbiology, biotechnology, issues relating to intellectual property rights and digital rights, environmental security and ecosystems, conservation of wildlife, biodiversity, environment pollution and degradation, environmental impact assessment. Disaster is a non-traditional security and safety challenges, disaster mitigation and management, challenges of international security, issues of nuclear proliferation, causes and spread of extremism, communication networks, role of media, social media, basics of cyber security, money laundering and human trafficking. India's internal security challenges, terrorism, corruption, insurgency and organized crimes, role and kind and mandate of security forces, higher defense organizations in India, issues in agriculture, horticulture, forestry and animal husbandry. GS 4 syllabus. Ethics and human interference, essence, determinants and consequences of ethics in human actions, dimensions of ethics, ethics in private and public relationship, human values, lessons from the lives and teachings of great leaders, reformers and administrators, role of family, society and educational institutions in inculcating values, attitude, content, structure, function, its influence and relations with thought and behavior, moral and political attitude, social influence and persuasion, attitude, aptitude, and foundational values for civil services, integrity, impartiality and non-partisanship, objectivity, dedication to public service, empathy, tolerance, compassion towards the leader's actions, emotional intelligence, concept and dimensions, its utility and applications in administration and governance, contribution of moral thinkers and philosophers from India and the world, public and civil service values and ethics in public administration, status and problems, ethical concerns and dilemmas in government and private institutions, laws, rules, regulations, and conscience as sources of ethical regulations and conscience as sources of ethical guidance, accountability and ethical governance, strengthening of the moral values in governance, ethical issues in international relations and funding, corporate governance, probity in governance, concept of public service, philosophical basis of governance and probity, information sharing and transparency in government, right to knowledge, code of ethics, code of conduct, citizen charter, work ethics, work culture, quality of service delivery, utilization of public funds, challenges of corruption, case study on ever uses. General Studies 5, History and Civilization, Culture and Ancient Cities of UP, Architecture, their significance and maintainability, Museum, Archives and Archaeology of UP, Contributions of UP in pre and post 1857 Freedom Struggle of India, Eminent Freedom Fighters and Personalities of UP, Rural, Urban and Tribal Issues, Social Structure, Festivals, Fairs, Music, folk dances, literature and languages, dialects, social customs of UP, political systems of UP, governance, governor, chief minister, chief council of ministers, state assembly and state council, center-state relations, public service commission, auditing, advocate general, high court and its jurisdiction in UP, special state selection criteria, official language, consolidation fund and contingency fund, political parties, state election commission of UP, local self-government, urban and panchayati raj, public policy, rights related issues in UP, good governance, eradication of corruption, Lokayukta, citizen charter, e-governance, right to information, redress of policy, land reforms and its impact in UP, issues related to security in UP, linkages between development and spread of extremism, role of external state and interstate actors in creating challenges to internal security through communication networks, media and social networking sites, basic rules of cybersecurity, money laundering and its prevention, various security forces and agencies and their mandate, security challenges and their management in border areas, linkages of organized crimes with terrorism, law and order and civil defense in UP, medical and health issues in UP, state education system of UP, contribution of UP in development of India, current affairs of UP, implementation of Jal Shakti mission and other central welfare schemes in UP, NGOs in UP, issues, contribution and impact, tourism of UP, issues, prospects, emphasis on innovation in various fields in UP, issues and its impact on employment and socio-economic development of the society. Paper 6. General Paper 6, Overview of Economy of UP, Main Features of Economy and State Budgets, Infrastructure and Importance of Physical Resources, Trade, Commerce and Industries of UP, UP Government Schemes, Projects and Plan Development for Welfare of People, Human Resources and Skill Development, Investment in UP, Issues and Impact, Public Finance and Fiscal Policy, Tax and Economic Reforms, Listed One Product Policy of UP and Government, UP government. Planning and management of renewable and non-renewable energy resources in UP. Demography, population and census of UP. Commercialization of agriculture and production of agricultural crops in UP. UP new forest policy, agro and forest, social forestry in UP. Agricultural diversity, problems of agriculture and their solutions in UP. Developmental indices of UP in various fields. Geography of UP, geographical locations, relief structure, climate, irrigation, minerals, drainage system and vegetation. National parks and wildlife sanctuaries in UP. Transport networks in UP. Power resources, infrastructure and various industrial development of UP. Pollution and environmental issues in UP. Pollution control board and its functions. Natural resources of UP: soil, water, air, forest, grasslands, wetlands. Climate change and weather forecasting issues in UP. Habitat and ecosystem structure and functions. Adjustment, flora and fauna with reference to UP. Science and technology and its issues, advancement and efforts in UP. Aquaculture, viticulture, sericulture, floriculture, horticulture, arboriculture in UP and its impact on development of UP. Involvement of public-private participation for the development of UP.